Kawhi, we've been told by Lawrence that you probably won't be doing much during training camp. How are you feeling physically, and then when do you think you'll be able to play in a regular season game?
We taking it day by day. Everything's been going great, for the past month, but, they're being very cautious, for reasons. In the past, I haven't been able to finish some playoff runs, so making sure I stay healthy for those important moments.
Kawhi, when you look at the makeup of this team, obviously we know who's not here, but as far as who is here, how you're going to lead them, whether you're on the floor or not, what does this team need to do to be successful to start the year?
What any other team needs to do. It always breaks down to, details of the game and just playing hard, and being smart and executing and building the team chemistry. So, those things, with this team now, obviously we don't know. It's a lot of new faces. That's what we're going to start training camp tomorrow and then, mesh, guys' talents together, talk to T-Lou and see really what we, need, what our details are going to be this year. They're different than last year just from the style of play of certain players.
What did you learn the most about just where your body is at?
What do you mean?
In terms of the inflammation, in terms of, what level of swelling, what you can do, what you can't do, how much time you think you need? Are there things that you learned and are apparent of now in September that you weren't aware of in April, that you weren't aware of in July?
Guess just trying to maintain it and figure out, we'll be in here for a long time if I start describing stuff and people start not knowing, different names, but just learning how it came and how to keep it down and make sure that we don't fall in that time frame of those important moments and just making sure I'm healthy. There's some stuff that we could do or try to do to, make me last. So we'll see what happens.
Kawhi, a lot of over here on your right. A lot of guys in your position, injury after injury, may not continue. Just what is your why? What is your motivation at this stage?
I could play. I played my most games I played in a long time last year. Played like 68 games. Was one of the guys that probably didn't take a rest break earlier on in that season, but just keep going. Obviously, last 2 years I came back from ACL and been injured, and it's a progression for me. It was successful for us last year. Obviously, from a fan base or just from my own competitive nature, we didn't reach a goal, but the grand scheme of things and how my body's been doing it was a good year. I went from 0 games to 52 to 68. So let's see if I could keep it going from there.
How were things kind of left off this summer? I know you wanted to play in the Olympics, obviously. How were things left off with USA basketball?
Good. I thank them for the opportunity. Things came out of nowhere. It was out of my control. And, that's all I could do. I'm glad they, was able to get the gold medal.
Kawhi, when we talked to you during the playoffs, you were saying, hey, I'm going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out how to treat this and what it is. And it was like troublesome and stubborn. It sounds like you guys got a grasp on it, but do you think this is something that you may have to deal with as your career goes on?
In what way?
Like the inflammation potentially popping up at any time?
Yeah, it can get that way, but there's not really, we got a sense of how we did get to that point. I think the mic cut off. So, like I said, there's things we could do to prolong, me playing throughout the season.
And also, were you able to do the normal stuff you're able to do in the off-season as far as your off-season workout regimen?
Yeah, leading up to Olympics, after Olympics, everything was great. And then, like I said, we want to make sure we cut things back. There it goes. Well, cut back out. But we did things, leading up to that point, I was doing everything. And then, we took a step back and wanted to make sure, like I said, I'm ready for the season. And just be able to last in those important moments for myself, fans, and Clippers.
Kawhi, new arena. You've been here for a while. What does it mean to have the Clippers have their own arena, own facility, fresh start? How important is that, you think, for yourself and the team?
I mean, it's something that you're used to. You know what I mean? Coming in, to the Clippers. Obviously, like you said, we don't have our own arena, our own, even a locker room there, and being either the third or fourth, important team in the building. With scheduling and everything, it helps. Just get comfortable and just feel like a home base for you rather than you being a roommate, I guess I would say.
And we know, it's day by day when it comes to your physical, getting ready for the season, all that stuff, and you're going to take it slow throughout the season. But do you anticipate starting on opening night? Do you kind of plan for that, or?
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. I never plan to miss games, but it's just about my body. I'm a human being, and we're playing basketball, so it all depends on what we want and what we figure out and how my body's feeling. But right now, I think it's a positive thing to think that I will play. But we taking it day by day, like I said.
Kawhi, you played up right here to your right. You played with James Harden for nearly a year last year. Now you're going to get training camp to play with him. Just what's that relationship like, and what things were you able to learn on the court with him last year that you think can carry over to this year?
I mean, the relationship been great. He came in last year, wanted to win, and saying that he wanted to sacrifice and do the things we needed to do to win games. So, going into this year, he has the same mindset. You just want another guy on your team that's like-minded and just willing to do anything to take those risks to win. So. Yeah, I think it's a good relationship so far. We could be transparent to each other about how we playing, good or bad. So I think it'll be good moving forward.
Hey, Kawhi, good to see you. With the way that the summer went for you and kind of the stop-start nature of it, but then you said, you kind of feel like you guys have gotten a handle on what kind of has gone wrong in the knee. Is there a sense of relief on your end that despite everything that there has been somewhat of a breakthrough?
I mean, yeah, especially, what I was dealing with for a while, but like I said, it's not like shocking when things do come up if you, in the building and discussing and seeing what I'm doing on the floor and, coming back from the meniscus and playing all those games and, my role. So, I mean, we'll figure it out, and, I'm happy that I'm feeling good and it's feeling a lot better than it was. So I'll just, like I said, we just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and hopefully I can get through these playoffs this year.
Two more.
Hey Kawhi, would you be able to talk about kind of your friendship over here, your friendship with Mo Bamba and your reaction of finding out that he would be joining the squad?
I know I've been knowing Mo since he probably was in high school, going in to college, so. Just some of familiar faces, mutual friends, so just been watching him since then and kind of, from afar, helping him with whatever he needs. I'm not saying it's a lot that I give him, but if he, asks me a question here or there, I try to, give him the best advice that I can. And, it'll be fun to have him around. And like I said, when I was in NBA, he was coming up in. So, yeah, we'll see how, we are as teammates, and, I'll help him get better.
Last one.
And Kawhi, when you came over here, you always had your sidekick in Pete, who's no longer here. Do you feel like there's more added pressure to you going into the season, knowing that you don't have him here as a sidekick anymore to be available to help this team get to where they're trying to go?
No, not really. I mean, he obviously made things easier on the court for players, but as far as my mental focus going into a game, I don't feel like it's going to be harder for me personally. I didn't look at, for anybody I'm on the court with, I don't look at him to be my savior. I take in my own role and my challenges that I have to face each and every game, and going there and trying to dominate the game. So I don't think, with that being said, my mindset is going to change in that way.
Well, thank you.